brought Coach Tom Allen down. And Coach, just wanted to congratulate you first and foremost for what you've done in this defensive unit that you're building. Tell me a little bit about the matchup, or what you see with Boise State offensively, and challenges that they do present.
Yeah, I mean, tremendous challenges. Obviously, it all starts with number 2. Genty's a tremendous player. Got to respect immediately. Obviously, you kind of follow him along the season. You see all the runs, and obviously they always show the highlights. But then you start watching every snap, and just the toughness, the balance, the vision, just consistently making guys miss or just bouncing off a guy. I've seen them break so many tackles. It's kind of, it's as a fan, it's cool to watch. Coach, not so much, but I just think that it all starts with him. But then the thing that makes it really good is it's not just him. When you got a quarterback that can create with both his legs and his arm, he seems like just a tough moxie kid that knows how to to put the ball in the right guy's hand. I think number 9. I know Cam well here. He was recruited, but didn't usually play for us. But that's right. I think he's a special player. I really do. Yeah, I know he is. And so then you add that to the mix. And they got other receivers. And they got the tight ends. I think 85 is a really good player. And then the O-line to me is just really, really solid as a group. They play well together against some different combinations. They don't really seem to matter who's in there, but they really work well together. They step over together. They kind of have a good feeling. They're connected as an O-line, I would say, watching them. So that creates a tough scenario for defense. There's one of the top 10 offenses in the country for a reason. So ton of respect for coaching staff and the players.
When you look at you probably have seen all 12, 13 games and buzzed different ones early in the season. There's been different plans to try to stop Genty, which seems like were deviations from maybe the structure of the defense that a team would have played. And maybe one of the early games where there was a good plan was Hawaii, for example. What have you seen from defenses in terms of how they've gone about trying to stop Ashton Genty, and then the give and take of maybe trying to take away that, and then what could potentially be? And just what have you seen?
Yeah, I would say, load the box.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of the first step for people's plans if you watch them, and that sounds great, but then, like you said, when he's not just the only guy you got, that can hurt you, So that's why I think, teams, you have to be tremendously sound in your fits. I mean, we talked about it as a staff earlier in the week. It's like, it's like playing option football. I mean, everybody, because you misfit one gap, and that dude is out the gap, and that's where it makes it different. So he not only, usually the sturdier guys, they might have long speed, so you're basically going to tackle him. That's not the case. When he gets out in the open, people don't catch him, So to me, that's where the layers come in. And you've got to be so sound at the point of attack, but you also have to have layers. And so, to me, that's the big focus for us. And the teams that have done that, that's the better success. But no one stopped him.
Right.
I mean, nobody stopped him. So you try to contain him. He's going to get his touches. He's going to get his yards. But you want to do a great job of not letting the other guys speak you.
When I've watched the film, it's not just the fits being accounted for. Yeah. It's almost the taking away of space within those fits. So if you look at some of these defenses that have just played box population, what challenges does it bring to maybe add an extra element to the fit, but also have all your run fits maybe be different than, say, a previous game or a previous philosophical belief, but to make sure that even if your edges are accounted for, that you have the players in the right position to actually make the tackle instead of just be in position.
Well, that's the thing, to your point. So what they do is they make your edge guys tackle. They make your corners tackle. A lot of guys, that's not their strength. I mean, they're color guys for a reason, so that's a big problem. And then for a lot of teams, and then number 2 is we talk about the fitting those gaps. Well, there's usually nothing there. So when he breaks through, that's why sometimes he breaks through. It's like ain't nobody close to catching it because everybody's already been accounted for and they've already added the extra guy out of the box. And so, to me, that's where the discipline comes in, the angles, pursuit. But it's at the end of the day, all 11 guys have to tackle him. And that, to me, is what we have to do well. And if you don't, it's going to be tough. And so, but for me, it's like you said, it's being sound in those areas, and then can you react to the pass off of that? So, to me, it's the eye discipline and the keys and the reads, and the eye discipline, whether you're playing man or zone, is critical. So, I mean, you just got to be a very, very sound, diverse defense, and you also, at the same time, try to maybe give them something they haven't been working on the last 3 weeks, which is hard to do this time of year because you do what you do, you have what you have. You don't want to change a bunch of things because it's got you here, but sometimes you have to modify it to adapt to a kid like this. It's pretty awesome.
Last one, kind of on a personal note, known you for a long time. We both have Indiana ties, state of Indiana, high school. I played at Penn High School. You've coached in many schools across the state. What does it mean for you as a guy, myself, who's gone through, been a head coach, yet, go through a tough patch, and then to be in this position as a defensive coordinator? How has that been for you in your family?
I feel really blessed. By God's grace, we rise and we fall. And we've had mountaintop opportunities, and we've had some valleys along the way. And so the chance to come here after coming out of a valley, and Coach Frank giving me this opportunity has been really special. Such a talented staff and great people to be around and great players. And so you learn through the course of that journey to not, think too much of yourself. Things are going good. You learn to be humble, and you also learn to grow and stay true to who you are when things are hard and things don't go the way you want them to go. And you realize, hey, it's, your value and your purpose of being here is bigger than just winning the football game. And when you know that and you know who you are, you're able to withstand those ups and downs. And so that's what this is about. And teaching our family that, all the children, our 2 daughters and our son now coaching with me here, which is awesome. He played for me in Indiana. Now he's our assistant safeties coach, and teaching him how to handle it. Because, it's a hard profession sometimes, but it's also a great profession. It gives you a chance to teach life. And that, to me, is what this is about, is learning to handle the ebbs and flows of life and be able to just persevere no matter what.
Appreciate you, Coach.
Appreciate you, too, my man.
Awesome.
Thank you.